So if you have seen the 2 videos that I made, then you already know who you are, and you also know what kind of season that you are in. The next step is knowing where you want to go. Where do you see yourself in the next 6 months? Where do you see yourself in the next year, in the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? Or where do you see yourself from 100 years ago? How does your legacy still live after you are gone? So on this area and this step, I highly recommend that you actually write your own eulogy. A lot of people can become a little emotionally about it. The first time, honestly, when I sat down and wrote it, I cried, my husband cried. I was in a room with a bunch of other people. We were masterminding and we were all writing our own eulogy in Mexico. It was amazing, but it was very emotionally to think about. Because if you want to live an intentionally life, you need to know, okay, what's my roadmap? Where do I want to go? Where do I see myself? And what kind of legacy do I want to leave when I'm not here anymore? So there are a few steps of how you actually can write your eulogy. The first step is actually to know your values. So when you know your values, okay, so for those that are married, when you got married, you probably went through a lot of what are his values, what are my values. So it's the same thing right now. And what I do recommend for people to do is the first step before you actually sit down and write your eulogy is to know your value galaxy. And you can do this by just taking a whiteboard and a lot of sticky notes, and you just write down, okay, what are the things that I love? What are the things that gives me joy? It could be anything from drinking coffee and reading my Bible, to walking in the sun, going to the spa, to more authentic relationship, to healthy lifestyle. It could just be anything. When you have mapped out your value galaxy and all the things that you value in life, then you have a good idea of who you are. And then after that, you just put them together. So like if you see, for example, a theme, like for example, healthy lifestyle, authentic relationship, wealth creation, purpose driven, those are some of my big themes. Then you put the different sticky notes together so that you have an overview, and you end up with maybe 4 or 5 themes in your value. And after that, that's when you sit down and start to write your eulogy.